So this is going to be a more in-depth prediction of tonight's game, Thursday Night Football with Washington versus the Giants. Yes, I am now going to start making TikToks as well, but this is going to be like a more in-depth channel about sports. So yeah, I am kind of using my TikTok as a way to plug this channel, but at the same time, they're going to have separate things. But Washington versus Giants tonight, I don't think this is going to be the greatest game. They always choose the worst games for like Thursday, except for last week. That was a great Thursday night game, Cowboys and Tampa Bay. But like next week is Panthers and Texans. Like, is that really a good game? I mean, maybe if the Panthers play good this week and the Texans do, like, I guess, but then I don't even know the rest of them. But they're always shit. Like, I remember last year there was like a Thursday night football. It was like Bengals versus the Jaguars or something like that, and fucking Broncos and Jets, like those kind of games. Which I don't know why they put those on primetime. Why don't they have them as 1 p.m. games on Sunday night? Not Sunday night, but you know what I mean. Like, and it's always the NFC East too. Like, why do we always get that division? That's one thing I don't really like about where I live, is always get the bad NFL games. Like, I'm sorry, but there's nothing more boring than a Patriots and Dolphins game most of the time. Like, sometimes they're good, but most of the time they are kind of boring. It's just because I always get, like, on Sunday 1 p.m., I always get the Bills game because I live in upstate New York, but half the time they are good games. But the other game will be like, oh, the Jets or the Giants or the Patriots playing shitty teams or something like that. And it's always uninteresting. What else did I get? That's about it, but anyways, let's get to a prediction. I think Washington's going to win in a relatively low-scoring defensive game, 23-17. I think Daniel Jones is going to throw for 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 fumbles from that Washington D-line. Don't be surprised if it's fucking 4 fumbles with Danny turnovers. Funny story is, I saw this guy in my school today. He was wearing a Daniel Jones jersey, and I was like, POV Daniel Jones, and I just dropped the AirPod case. Because Washington, like, I might be a diehard Steelers fan, but I will say Washington is my second favorite team. Because my dad's always been a Washington fan, and I liked RG3 growing up. And yeah, when they beat us, I wasn't as mad, but it's like when other teams did, but you know. And yeah, so I think Washington's going to come up with the dub. I think Taylor Heineke is going to throw for 2 touchdowns, maybe an interception, but I think he's going to play really good. But I don't think he's going to have a lot of passing yards. I think they're going to be all like a lot of short passes like to Terry McLaurin, but you never know. He could throw some deep balls out there. And I think he's going to rush for maybe like 50 yards. And Antonio Gibson's going to go off, I think, too. Because that Giants defense last week made fucking Teddy Bridgewater look like fucking Patrick Mahomes out there. But I think that Washington D-line is just going to tear the Giants O-line apart. It's literally the worst O-line, arguably the worst O-line in the league, facing arguably the best D-line in the league. Like, tell me how you think that's going to go. I know Daniel Jones has a stat undefeated against Washington, but you gotta remember, last year Washington was okay. They were ass in the beginning of last season, then they picked it up. But you guys gotta remember, they were so horrible in the first half of last year. Then they got better, then they almost won against the Bucks, but then in 2019 they were like only the second worst team behind the Bengals. Like, they were that bad. They were worse than probably the 2019 Redskins are probably worse than, let's say, the Jets were last year. It's about close, honestly. And I would say the Texans, but they're honestly, I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think. I could see the Texans actually winning like 5-6 games, to be honest with you, especially if they keep playing like they did last week. But anyways, Washington's going to get this Thursday night football dub, and stay tuned for tomorrow night or Saturday's video for Sunday predictions, then I might do a separate Monday Night Football prediction, which I do think the Lions are going to pull the upset.